What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever.
Period.
I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. I actually really enjoyed this episode.
This is one of their good ones. I feel like this episode really kind of shows what we talk about with this new era of teledrama, how they're still trying to give background and trying to give strategy. They're really fleshing out these characters. Like I really enjoyed this one because of the inclusion of the alliances and them trying to pull numbers. It's like we're really seeing the game. It's not just like random eliminations or just, I don't know, side characters. Like everyone up until this point, I feel like we've got a lot of background on. So it's making this in-game really interesting, as opposed to, I feel like, with Packatow and Revenge of the Island, like a few of the characters, it's like, of course, like, you got the Mike and Zoe, those were built up really well. But even specifically when it goes to like Packatow, it's like, I didn't feel like any of them were that built up by the time we got to this far into the game. Like this one, it doesn't have 20-something episodes, but even with the 9 we've seen so far, it feels like I really know these characters more than I feel like I've known any other generation other than the first one.
I agree 100%. And I really, really like it. Let me pull them up on the screen because I really do like, especially considering the results, because I was saying last episode, we didn't need Chase and we didn't need Z, and it's no shade.
And they getting up out of here.
And I really like this episode. I would have liked it a little bit more if it was like Ripper or even Raj or even Wayne instead of Chase, because I feel like that would have created a more interesting dynamic. I'm sick of Chase. I'm sick of Emma.
They want to build this Emma and Chase storyline so bad.
Big brother, y'all want to show man so bad. Y'all want to show man so bad. Why do every reality show want to show man so bad? I don't care.
The drama is not that fun anymore.
I don't care anymore. Thank you. So I would honestly, I probably would have just preferred Ripper because he went home last episode. It would have been way more interesting because he had the beef with Priya building up, and then also it just would have been more interesting to see Bowie and Emma have to convince Ripper to join them rather than Chase, who was like, all Emma had to do was say, work with us, and he said, okay, yes, ma'am. So that was the only tidbit. But other than that, loved it. We started the episode off. Priya's still trying to teach Millie how to actually play the challenges. Millie's still flopping, and then we see Julia.
Like Priya is not giving up on Millie. She's like, girl, look, if you're gonna be a part of my alliance, mama, you need to be on the same level as me. Okay, she gets her up bright and early every morning.
You know what? I hope they can watch this season before next season, because if Priya going to next season thinking Millie would have her back this whole time, I'm not gonna like that at all. I need her to have seen this season.
Not to spoil too much, but Revelations come out.
Okay, boom. Good. Because she needs to know that this girl is playing in her face this whole time and really don't give a fuck. And honestly, Millie just fake. Like, that's all I see when I see Millie. Fake as hell. Okay. So it's a no for me.
Yeah, she ain't got no loyalty for real to my good sister Priya. And I actually do enjoy Priya. Millie, I don't hate Millie because there was one Millie defender in the comments. We saw you. Millie head defender, mama. Okay. I definitely don't hate Millie. It's just like, girl, the character is written annoyingly. Let's just say that.
It is. And I wish she would like have grown. I said it last time. I just wish there was growth with her character, and I have not seen that.
And I think when those revelations come out, it really reveals a lot. And I think I remember liking that. Really much. I remember liking that a lot when I first watched it. So the episode should be coming up soon.
So I just need to get a little bit more because so Julia pulls up to them and she say, look, we working together very aggressively. I hate to say,
literally just pull up. Like, that's what I would say off the phone, like off the podcast. Julia, she is so abrasive when she approaches people. Like, she approaches them as if she wants to sun them. No one wants to be sunned, Julia. And thank God Priya was smart, because Millie's immediate reaction was like, well, fuck this bitch. I'm not working with her. And Priya was like, no, mama, let's use her. Because and she's kind of smart. Like, we can definitely go far with her. But it's like, I don't know why Julia approaches people like that. Like, girl, you have to be nice. Like, I feel like if this was Heather, like, Heather would have came up there and been like, hey, guys,
literally,
we really need each other. It would have been fake. It would have been bullshit, but it would have been way more approachable. Okay. Julia is very much like, look, I don't like y'all, but we need each other. So now what?
So what now? Okay. And this is a moment, if I was like watching Big Brother or something, I would be like, Priya could really win this game, because when Priya responded, what she said to Millie on the side when she snatched her up and said, "Hold
on, girl."
And in the way she approached, she was like, "If we link up with Julia, she's always gonna get voted out before us." And she said to the diary room, and she'll actually help us win some of the comps.
No shade.
Really not doing that. No shade. So I really like that. I'm like, okay, Priya. And then Priya's like in the background. Like she's like the smartest person left who's not a huge target because Julie is the target. And then Bowie kind of just doesn't care to hide his, intelligence. I feel like he's over here literally fighting with Julia. Like Julia know who the it boy is, and he know who the it girl is. And it's like if they end up taking each other out or end up getting taken out, Priya's the last one left who is actually playing the game because Emma and Chase worried about Emma and Chase, and Millie worried about her octopometrist. So it's like, girl, please. So yes, I really see it for Priya, especially now that he's gone. It's like I can really clearly see it. You have we have two competitors, but they worried about each other. Sneak on by, baby. Welcome by. So Bowie clocks that Julia, Priya, and Millie are all talking and conglomerating, and he's like, they're clearly trying to link up. So
he
Emma
clocked that real fast.
He was like, Emma, we gotta link up. So you better put your little beef on the side with Chase
and go get him into this alliance.
And get him in check. And she didn't want to do it. He was like, no, you're gonna have to go ahead and do that.
Or do you want to lose?
And she said, okay. And I remember saying this about Emma. I'm interested to see what she'll do next season because I remember saying this at the beginning. It's clear that Emma could be like one of the better players in Total Drama this season, but she's so hyper focused on this man who don't give a fuck about her. So it's like she just can't focus. But as soon as he said it, and she was like, "Okay, you're right," and then she went and she convinced him in one sentence, and it's like, "Okay, girl, you could be eating this up. You could be running this alliance." So it's like, I don't know. I really want to see her without him attached. She reminds me of like, because the OG Total Drama, it's like it was a new show. They're all trying to figure it out. So a lot of the players, I feel like that season kind of play like Emma at the beginning, where it's like you could tell they're good, but they don't really know what they're getting into. And then when the season progressed, they started actually playing like Gwen. Like at first, Gwen was just being herself. And then she ended up starting to play the game. Lashana was just being herself. And then she ended up starting to learn the game. And I kind of wish we had that arc with, honestly, anyone, like someone who just like kind of learned. I feel like the people who are eating it up, they were always eating it up from the beginning. Emma would have been nice to see kind of grow into like, you know what? I'm going to start playing the game a little bit because that's what we kind of got in those early seasons. And I loved it because even it happened with Duncan too. He was just chilling at first. And he was like, let's get to it. What we need to do. So I would have loved that. But Emma, she's still worried about this man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and that's why I wish Chase would have went home because we didn't need the storyline to last this long. We could have had someone else extending another storyline, but they decided to go with Chase.
Boo. So they get Chase in on the alliance, and everyone just needs Z. Priya and them approached Z, snatched him up, said, "You working with us?" He said, "Okay." Then Bowie and them snatched him up.
And they both call him over into bushes. It's so funny.
And he agreed to work with them too. And he had a diary and he's like, shit, well, you know what?
Both ain't shit.
Literally, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna work with all of them, and I'm just gonna let them know that we're
gonna be a team,
and we can be a team, and we can combine alliances, and they ain't even gonna know I'm gonna eat them up. And it's like, baby, no,
Z, no,
poo poo. I'm
not poo poo.
Z is so cute, so adorable, really sweet man, but damn, no. So, anyways, they get to the challenge. The challenge is allegedly safe. Allegedly, Chris is like, look, you know, I've been getting complaints that I don't need to keep literally trying to kill y'all. So let me calm it down. So we're just gonna do a cute little canoe ride. Make sure y'all have your helmets, your life vests. Make sure you're very safe. You're gonna get a quick trot past this field. It's nothing, and then you're just gonna climb this mountain and ring a bell. It's nothing. Just make sure you're safe.
Just lying.
Saying
the word safe is gonna absolve him. Like, no, you're gonna end up arrested again.
Literally.
This is child abuse.
He needs to go back to jail. That jail storyline is so hilarious to me. That's the funniest thing in the world. But yeah,
of course he got locked up. I mean, he had these kids on a flying plane that was falling apart.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Chef was the pilot, so you know they didn't get any jurisdiction to be flying that plane.
I do not remember him being so. He was definitely evil season 1. Let me stop playing because they were jumping into a lake of sharks.
He was evil every season. He didn't give a fuck.
He got real bad in that middle era when he went to jail. He got real bad in that jail era.
Yeah, I mean,
he just let Dakota be
a toxic waste island. I mean, Dakota didn't give a damn about Dakota. Poor Dakota.
Poor baby. That was my sister. I love Dakota.
She should have been the second iteration of the Heather archetype. It should have went Heather, Dakota, and then Julia.
Yes. Oh my God. Don't remind me. And Dakota was about to be her own thing because she was the pretty girl who got with the nerdy boy archetype. And it's like, that is so cute. Dakota's story was so cute as fuck if they didn't just make her a Zoid. But anyway.
Thank God we out of that dumb era, chat.
Thank God, because I don't need no more Zoids. Promise. So during the challenge, at the beginning in the canoe, we see Z helping out Emma and Chase, because Emma and Chase start arguing mid-challenge. They end up on the sand beefing with bears. All the bears gonna beat them. All the bears gonna beat them up. It's a lot. And Z saves them from the bears. And as Z is saving them, Priya, Millie, and Julia, they're rowing in their canoe, and they're like, why is he helping the other alliance? Why is he helping the other alliance? And then Priya was like, you know what? He's probably just pretending. So that way he doesn't know. So they don't know that he's working with us. And it's like, okay, y'all think he big braining it real bad.
I don't know why, from what they've seen from Z so far. Because we see Bowie says the same thing later on. It's like, y'all are the smart players. So of course y'all are thinking on that level. What have you seen about Z that make you think that Z is going to think on the same level as you?
That's so real though, because people do that in real life. They be thinking people really just thinking on their level. Z, baby.
Z and it's so funny because they keep shooting the Z in the dining room. I'm helping both alliances. I love my alliances, and then over here like, no, he's helping us. Mm-hmm.
At this point, he started having diary rooms. He was like, "Oh, I forgot what I came in here for." You really don't care. He really just chilling. Like,
they calling him geniuses. Oh my God, he's a genius! Wow, he's the smartest player in total drama history. No,
oh please. So same thing with the guys. As at the geysers, he starts helping Priya, Julia, and Millie. He's like, y'all need to dodge and run and duck and weave. And then Bowie and Emma are like, hold on. Why is he helping them? And like Lee said, Bowie had the same idea. He was like, nah, he's just playing them. And it's like, Z is trying to help everyone, which very nice guy. Usually that works. Z, if anyone's like Owen, it would be like Z. Like, I feel like he is a little bit more likable now that I see the way they all wanted him in their alliance. If he would have made it to the end, he could have won as well. Not that it's a vote. It's not a vote, so I guess it don't matter.
Right.
Because I forgot it wasn't. But anyways, glad he's gone. So they hike up the mountain, and when they're hiking up the mountain, we end up seeing Bowie and Julia being basically the most determined people to get up that mountain. And it's a beehive, by the way. It's not a mountain. Well, it is a mountain, but it's a mountain with a beehive in it. And it's a bunch of honey and a bunch of bees, which is actually a cute concept. They should put that in like a book or like a movie. That feels like a Hunger Games what's called
arena. I can see that. Oh my God, you're like climbing the mountain and it's actually a beehive.
Yeah. Ooh. Like or something.
Are we sick for thinking that?
No, Chris thought of it. Chris thought of that. Sick. Yeah. And these are little kids too. These are basically Hunger. These have a Hunger Games total drama island. I guess you can't kill them, but instead of killing, fake die, whatever. Launch them out of the arena. Something. But anyways, so they beefing up the mountain. They literally are fighting, scrapping.
Literally,
the dust's flying up. They start having honey fights. A bunch of stuff going on. So they start fighting. They end up falling in like a crater of honey. So they're in the honey, and Z pulls up, and he's finna win. And he's like, "Oh, I made it up here. I'm finna win." Chris is like, "Well, no, you got to ring the bell." So before he rings the bell, Julia and Bowie are like, help us, please save us from this honey. We're so innocent. And Z walks up and he's like, shit, who am I going to save first? Because I'm supposed to be in alliance with both of them and they in different alliances. And he's like, oh, wait, I got two hands. Period.
I have two hands.
He killed it. So he saves them both at the same time. And both of them ain't shit. They both ain't shit. Because they
threw him into that honey and then proceeded to fight again.
So
Bowie and Julia beef is so hilarious. I love them so bad.
So for a while, I was like, okay, Bowie's the type of player who he just plays hard, but he's not a villain. But hold on, this is giving villainous nowadays.
A villain. He is lucky a villain.
So heroes versus villains too. Bowie and Julia
and Bowie gonna be on the same team with Heather and Duncan, Alejandro, and Ripper.
And then the heroes is
and Joe.
And the heroes is Priya,
Millie,
and Wayne and Raj.
Period.
Okay, I'll watch. With why the fuck was Gwen on the heroes tribe? No, she wasn't. She was on the villain.
Oh, she was a villain. And Courtney was a hero.
And Courtney was a hero, as she should. Never mind.
Courtney and Gwen should have been both villains.
Now, I will say, Courtney, it was clearly the fact that they didn't have enough heroes.
You saw how funny it was? She was villainous so much that was like, okay, Courtney, you got to come on the villain drive.
Wait a minute. Wait.
And because Courtney was definitely a villain. And I remember Gwen was like, why am I a villain? And Courtney was like, I mean, you are a boyfriend stiller.
She is. No, Gwen is definitely a villain, but Courtney should also be a villain. Gwen was a hero. I will say Gwen was a hero.
Season
her
1.
First season and half of action, but the rest of action and then the entirety of.
I just think her personality gives more hero.
It does, but her actions.
That was so annoying too. Didn't she spend half that season proving that she's a hero?
Yes, and it's like, girl, come, and she kept doing villainous stuff because Loki, she's not a villain, but I think it was bunch of accidents kept happening where it was like, you are a villain, and it's like, damn,
it's crazy. I don't and I've seen in Reddit threads people say the reason why the All-Star season ended with mostly second generation is because they wanted to use that season to expand second generation. Yeah. But I just find it stupid that you do the All-Stars with both generations and you end the season with damn near everyone who's in the end of the second generation season. It's like they should have mixed it up more, because wasn't Gwen the last one? And that was she was 5th, right?
She was 4th, and she was the last one. Yeah.
So I hated that the top 3 was all from the new gen, and it was I feel like the most boring top 3 from the new. I would have loved something way more dynamic than the people who damn near made it to the end last time to just be in the end.
I agree. Very boring ending. And honestly, on a rewatch, I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was going to hate it. But because I remember the Mal storyline being so stupid. But when I rewatched it, I was able to because I knew it was coming, I was able to ignore it. So when it would come up, I would be like, anyways, it did affect the game, but because there were such good players, I was so obsessed with the gameplay that I was like, damn, they're still playing so good. Alejandro played an amazing All-Stars game. It was crazy. I know that's not real, but y'all don't. But Alejandro's All-Stars game was so good. Alejandro is definitely the best player ever. The way he was playing that game was amazing.
I'm mad because didn't they do something stupid with Heather and her immunity idol? They had somebody steal it or something.
Yes.
It pissed me off. I would have much rather Heather be in the end game of All-Stars than fucking Mike, Zoe, and who else was there? Was it Scott?
It was Mike, Zoe, and Scott. Final 3. Boo.
Girl,
I said it. Everybody said that Courtney definitely should have won All-Stars. It was honestly ridiculous that she did not win. That was her season. Because also, I feel like when it came to
who won? Mal, Zoe, what the
No, what the fuck? I feel like when it came to the new gen versus the old gen in that season, I get developing the new gen, but at the end of the day, they could have just let Courtney win. It didn't have to be this extravagant, she defeated Mal, just let her win. Let Zoe defeat. I feel like if Zoe defeating Mal cost both of them the game and then Courtney ended up winning, I would have been okay with that. I just would have preferred a different winner. Why the fuck is it Zoe / Mal?
That was very boring.
Boo. So that was a no for me, but hey, we move. Back to this season. New gen. So they both toss Z in the honey. And then when Z is tossed in the honey, they get to fighting again. Bowie actually beats Julia up. He is a man. Don't be hitting women. He actually beats Julia up, and then he wins. And as he's winning, he's gloating. And he's like, and guess what? 90% of your followers are bots.
Gagged her.
And she's like, hold the fuck. Gagged her real bad. And so she has to get up. And she's like, and tosses his ass off the mountain. I know that's right. Eats that up. Very, very, what is it? It's paying homage to Season 3, Heather and Alejandro on the mountain. The two big
Oh
evils.
yeah.
Paying
Did she throw Alejandro in it?
She had to throw a fake Alejandro in it because they had to build fake things of each other. And then I think he actually accidentally fell in it because he was trying to tug it away or something.
Yeah. And that's
he
only
fell.
because in some countries didn't Alejandro win? I don't remember if they still did that season.
I think they still did that season, but I don't know none of
I
that.
saw Heather win.
Either way,
that's the only one I acknowledge, bitch.
Literally. For me, my winners are low-key because I'm beefing with Gwen. My winners are Owen.
I only saw Owens. Now I remember seeing Beth and Junkins.
I can't remember in America who won, but I preferred the arc that Duncan wins. Season 2.
Prefer Beth, so I'm not gonna lie.
Most people prefer Beth.
It was a cute little underdog story. I just hate that like you made her a winner and then you didn't do anything with her character past that. Like because she wasn't even supposed to win. That whole season was written for Lindsay to win, which makes more sense. And that makes so much sense because she was running that season.
And then they instead of Lindsay winning, Lindsay's voice actor dropped off, so they was like, "Fuck it, we'll give it to Beth." But the reason on a rewatch, because initially I was fine with Beth winning, that was cute. But on a rewatch, you see how little Beth deserved to win, or at least for me. Like she picked it up after Lindsay went home, but the whole entire time it was Lindsay running her, and it's like you just getting ran again by another girl. Like you're never doing anything. And I always respected Duncan's game. Duncan always played good to me, so I'm like, give him that win. But hey,
low-key move. He also won like the Mount Rushmore total drama, so he's like he low-key could have had his win.
Mm-hmm. But thinking about it, like
some countries, so
that is true. Thinking about it, like Lindsay winning that season would have made so much sense for like her character arc. I feel because even her being on All Stars, it's like. I get why she's there, but another part of me is like, this could have been Lashana or something. Like low-key, like it could have been someone who would have played the game. But if Lindsay would have won action, it would have been like, oh, okay, she's a player. She plays this game for sure. But hey, we move. So after this, Julia throws Bowie off and she wins immunity again. And it's like, okay, twice in a row. Maybe it is Heather's ender.
I'm telling you, Julia is making the name for herself. This is the queen right here.
She's definitely making a name. She's definitely an all-star. She's already earned her all-star status. She could go home next. She's an all-star already. 2 immunities in a row. She's been beefing with people since merge. She's eating it up. Sorry. Thank you. So boom. Julia wins, and they head to tribal council thinking it's gonna be 3 votes on Bowie, 3 votes on Priya, and then all we have is Z. Who they both think are in both of their alliances voting with them.
Bowie clocking that Priya is the one that needs to go with Julia having immunity. Like, yeah, like I feel like the girls really are thinking this season. I really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because I was literally on the phone with Lee and I was like, low-key, Priya needs to go. And then low-key, Bowie needs to go for the other alliance. And that's exactly who they was voting. So they get to the vote, and then at the end of the vote, before it's revealed, Z explains his whole strategy this episode. He said, actually, what you didn't know is we can all work together, and we're all working together. And I was in both of these alliances, and they didn't even know I was working with all of them. And we're going to just vote you.
You off, Chris.
And it's like, sir, please.
I know these are teenagers, but Z be smoking. Y'all, Z be smoking.
100%. 100%.
Definitely giving edibles down. He stuck edibles onto the island because
100%.
And he's so nice about it. And we're gonna vote you off. Right, guys?
And he think he eat that.
And then he go, Bowie, let's revote.
I was just gonna say that. So Bowie's like, can we revote?
Bowie could have went home on a revote if the girls were thinking. Because I'm sure Julia still voted Bowie off. But clearly, Priya and Millie switched their votes as well. Low-key, they should have just still voted Bowie.
Yeah, they really should have. Truly. So, they revote. And Z is voted off. Thank God, low-key. And now we're our top 6. Honestly, if Chase goes home, I'm good with this top 5. Because with Chase, it's a dud.
Chase gotta go. Right. If Chase goes, this is the big 5. They're the big 5. You know?
Honestly, truly. But yeah, it's very cute. Damn, it's 4 girls. It's 4 girls, too. Look at all these girls.
Like, every time it's like, oh, too many girls going home. And when you blink, it's back even or they overpower them. So I love that.
Girl power.
Because this is the men who made it this far. I mean, Chase, Z, and Ripper making it this far is crazy. And you sent home Wayne and Raj?
Literally.
Don't piss
Honestly.
me off.
Don't piss me off. But we here. So boom, that was that episode. We'll be back for the next episode of Total Drama Island. I think there's only 5 more, because this is episode 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
4.
Only 4 more episodes. Very close to the end. So I'm very excited to finish this off. Make sure y'all check out the rest of the stuff. We're doing the entire Big Brother 26 coverage, and the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race has already dropped. So check that out as well. And thank you for keeping it real with the kingdom. And we're out. Bye. Mwah.